Hi everyone, welcome to Swedish Dharma Tarot. My name's christinamarialeifsdotter and I'm here to do a reading for Aries today. Adventurous Aries. What would we do without Aries in our lives? They bring the action, or rather you. Bring the action, the adventure, the fun. A little bit of fighting here and there, but yeah, I can take that. In the pre-shuffle, this card fell out. It's number 2 in the major arcana, and I'm not sure which it is in the classical tarot. But in my tarot deck, it's Saraswati who represents it. Saraswati is like the Indian version of our Venus. So she represents all the fine arts, music, dancing, painting, singing. But she's also a fantastic symbol for maturity and wisdom and many lives. But now she comes up in the reverse. So I hope we'll get the explanation in the actual reading in a minute. And you have 2 cards in the oracle cards, 2 oracle cards. And in the path of the soul, you got magical. I love that card. I love the colors. And in the yogic path, you got Manipura, solar plexus chakra. This is where we keep our self-empowerment, our self-will, even healing. When I was starting to actively, not learn, that's the wrong word, but when I started to actively develop my spirituality, I would sit and send healing to those who needed it from my solar plexus. And then talking to people, it turned out that you should do it from your third eye. And I said to somebody, I've been doing it wrong for several years because I sent it from this chakra. And he said, oh, but that's what the yogis do. And that was to me a great revelation, because I had in the years before made contact with my guide, who happens to be a yogi called Abba. So it's nice, huh? A really nice confirmation. Let's have a look at your reading today. What does Spirit want you to know? So it doesn't matter where you send healing from. It's the intention. It's always the intention that counts. So you can send it from any chakra you like. Nothing's wrong. And nothing is more correct. When I started my journey, it was back in the mid-90s. And it started with me learning to meditate. And I had a girlfriend who was actually my mother's girlfriend. And she gave me a tape, because in those days we had cassette players, if some of you know what they are. And she kept asking me, have you listened to the tape? Have you started meditating? And I'm going, no, not yet. In the end, she told me off. It took her 6 months, but she wore me down. And she said, get on your back and listen to that tape. And when I did, my whole life changed. It was an amazing revelation. I'm so glad and grateful to dear old Daya. So she was called, after that I called her Daya Lama. She liked that. Look at this. Where are you off to? New adventures, Aries. Huh? You're going traveling. And I think you've been considering this for a while and not thinking 1 second that, oh, it's a great idea, only to then feel that, no, it's not a good idea. I shouldn't do it. But this card's in the reverse. So it shows that you certainly do know what you're doing. You've made your decision and you're off traveling. I'm going to take a card to see why, if it has to do with work or study, or you're going to your partner. Girlfriend. A wonderful princess in Pentacles. So she should be an earth sign. She should be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. The relationship here. Yeah. Now, the only Aries I see so far is you, my dear. A young princess of staves. So the staves are symbols for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So that's why you're traveling. And probably you've been apart for a while. And maybe that's also why you felt this push-pull, if you use the opposite, in leaving, because it's not a good time to go traveling, especially internationally. And I think probably this will result in a move, but I don't get that confirmed. But it is a victory, the Six of Staves. This is what we like to see, this victorious woman riding in on her big white horse. Yeah, wonderful. I'm going to look closer at Saraswati here, who came up in the reverse, and see what Spirit wants to say about that. They're saying that it's not really time yet. And what's not really time? It's not really time for the emotions to build up too highly and too deeply, because you are still in a healing process. So even though this looks very good and very successful, they don't show a move. Maybe they will by the time the reading's over. But they're certainly saying it would be unwise to move now. It would be unwise to get married now. Let this relationship grow and mature in its own time, and it will be just fine for you both. Yes, they're actually confirming, don't move. Make sure you have a two-way ticket. It's very important with a two-way ticket. And the Wheel of Fortune came up just beside it. But it looks like this. No move yet. And then at the same time, see, there's a lot of pain still. Well, not necessarily a lot, but there is pain still. But the Wheel of Fortune came near them all. So that's fabulous, because that's where the hope is. And that's where the confirmation is of this card, the victory card. So it's going to be great. You will get your power back. The Manipura chakra, do you remember? Yeah. So that's it from the tarot for the time being. And now we have the Path of the Soul, the Oracle cards, magical. And it says, embrace the magic within all of your day-to-day experiences. Think back to the days of childhood when anything could happen. Begin to expect the unexpected. Many small yet wonderful surprises are coming your way. This is this. Sorry, got a bit tongue-tied there. This is the calling of the universe to return to childlike wonder and belief that anything can happen. You know what? That's a trait that you Aries people have naturally. I can get quite jealous of that. But now, yeah, tap into it, because it's not necessarily there all the time, and especially when you're in a period of mourning, when you're feeling sad and you're in a period of healing. Look for the magical in the mundane and watch as life transforms from the ordinary into a mystical adventure of the unexpected. Wow. I don't know what else to say. That's a wow. And Tarek, I guess you don't want to pose any questions. You're not writing in the description box. If you change your mind, you're welcome to. Manipura, the chakra, the empowerment chakra. You have come to a place where you know exactly who you are. Gone are the days of confusion and blurred lines between your truth and the expectation of others. You have grounded into your essence and built the foundation of your empowered self. You've had to let go of many friendships and relationships that were no longer serving you to get to where you are, and it was all worth it. Now is your time to really go after what you want in life. I think it's that woman. What do you care about? What lights you up? How do you want to serve? Meditate on these questions and take action on what comes up. Beautiful advice. I'd love to get a like, a thumbs up, and a share if you think somebody would benefit of hearing the reading or seeing the reading. And if you would consider subscribing, that would be fabulous. Thank you very much for watching. Love and light.